we would start it right now.
We're starting at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Museum Advisory Committee meeting of September 19th, 2023. Tonight, we are going to have Dave Brock is going to be the chair of the meeting, as I'm coming in by Zoom, and apparently I don't have a camera. So you take it away, Dave.
So, roll call. We have myself, Ashley, and Ella present in person, and Donna on Zoom. Marty, Melanie are absent, apparently with notice. Good. Approval of the agenda for tonight. Need a motion to accept the agenda as circulated.
Motion.
And seconded. Any declaration of pecuniary interest?
No.
Seeing none. Approval of the minutes from June 20th, 2023.
I can move.
There are no presentations or delegations, so reports.
So new business. Yep.
That would be you, I believe.
So we have two areas of new business, just policies to review. So we've got the exhibition policy as well as the interpretation and education policy. So we'll start with the exhibition policy. These are, like I said, just for review. I thought that we could do this together and review if you guys had anything of notice as you read through them before, and then I can make any changes and bring them back at next meeting, and we can approve them then. I have a couple notes, but I thought I would open it up to see if you guys had anything before I mentioned.
I just have one little nitpicky thing. Artifacts.
It's in my notes.
Spelling thereof.
Yes, that's actually in my notes too. Great. I'm going to change artifacts to the I from the E, just as.
Both are acceptable.
Yes.
It's just, it's spelled one way in the exhibition policy and a different way in the education policy.
Yes. So we are going to go with the I. That's standard in North America. The E is more standard in Europe. Both are perfectly acceptable, but we typically use I here. So I'm going to change that throughout the entire policy. So great note. Is there anything else anybody noticed?
I was just wondering about neutralizing, microphone.
Yeah.
I was just wondering about neutralizing some of the language. In the exhibition policy, there's the reference to he, she for the director or curator. And I think there was something in the interpretation policy that was along the same lines, but it's escaping me now. It'll come to me, but yeah, just kind of neutralization of language in general.
Perfect. I had that as well. And I didn't see one in the education, but I could have missed it, so I'll do a double check on that one.
It wasn't the same. It was something in that arena. I'll take a scan through it again and try to find it.
Okay, thank you. Anything else? All right. My additional notes, just this one's more of a legal one, and I did get the wording from Director Dakin just to be sure. It's 2.2.1, section C. It's just you don't do it exactly how it says here anymore. So it says right now, all borrowed material is covered by a special exhibition insurance rider from the moment of its arrival on site to the time of its departure from the site. So the new wording is basically, all borrowed material is covered by our insurance policy from the moment of its arrival on site to the time of its departure from the site, and a certificate of insurance, COI, would be provided if requested. So that's just been updated. Another one, this has also been updated. I guess they used to do this when this policy was created. In section 4, under responsibilities, 4.2, the Museum Strathroy-Caradoc Advisory Committee recommends the annual inclusion of exhibition categories in the annual operating budget. That's not something that you guys do anymore, so it's just to be removed. And virtually the exact same point is in the educational policy, and that is to be removed as well. And then the only other one, and I wanted your guys' opinion on this, on page 3, under the permanent exhibitions category, the paragraph that starts with, in certain instances, you guys got there? Okay. I feel like this is a little bit more appropriate for our temporary exhibits. I don't know if you guys feel the same. We don't create too many permanent exhibits that this statement kind of falls under. It falls a lot more under our temporary exhibits. So I would just move this section to the next one and get rid of the word permanent in the first sentence. How do you guys feel about that?
It makes sense to me.
All right, so I can make those changes, and then I would bring back this policy for approval at the next meeting. The interpretation one, other than the language change, did you have any others? Yeah.
I found what it was that
good.
triggered the thought. It was the section 2.7, the other audiences.
Yes.
Not even anything specific. I'm just wondering if any of that language can be modernized.
Yes, I actually had made a note here too. So I would like to change this section just to something more general, as in something along the lines of programs can be developed for other groups, such as preschool age children, seniors, people with disabilities, etc.
Yeah.
Because yes, that language is out of date and does need to change.
Perfect.
Does that fill that need?
Yeah, I think that was the only other thing that had jumped out at me with respect to that.
Okay, wonderful. Another note I had in this policy, section 2.5, special events / exhibits. I just wanted some opinion or feedback on this section. It feels very vague to me. I don't know if anybody had any additional comments that could be added or changed.
Don't we have a special events policy?
The museum does not.
Oh.
I believe
Like we had something we looked at not that long ago. No?
give me a second and I will pull that up. Pull up our previous policies.
Because I feel like we were talking about alcohol and having alcohol at your event and.
I think we were talking about that with respect to an auction for decommissioned materials from the museum in that arena.
Well, then maybe what you want to do is refer to the special event policy of the municipality.
It may have also been in the public art exhibition policy and maybe a section for like openings, if I'm trying to remember that one.
Yeah, that may have been what I'm remembering.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, is it worth referencing that? Because you go into quite a bit of detail in that document.
Perfect. Okay, I will make a note to add that.
In general, I see what you mean, Michelle, how the other points seem to be like a directive, and have like a mission statement behind them, and that one seems to be more like a definition of what it is.
Yeah.
So it could be punched up with, events or exhibits even will be developed as a direct means of communication, or you know what I mean? Something with a little more direction of what we would be trying to get at with it.
Okay. Okay, I will take both of those points, and I'll write something up so that when we go to approve, if you guys see anything there. Then the other one, sorry. The other one that I wanted to just add, like an addition to just like the events policy, in number 4, fees. We do have certain reoccurring programs that are already identified in the municipality's fee schedule. And so I just want a line in there saying refer to that schedule for those reoccurring events. Some of them are not reoccurring. The ones that are in there are going to be in there are camps, for example, or school programs. Those are both in there. We do have third-party fees when we bring in artists to do specific programs. So those type of programs aren't in the fee schedule, but there are some that are, so we have to adhere to those. Oh, and it was under responsibilities, 6.2 was that same, no, not 6.2. Sorry, 6.1. That one is to be removed. It's the same wording from the other one with the annual operating budget, just so you guys know.
I see too, there may be a need for renumbering because you go from number 5, resources required, to 6, responsibilities, and then back to 5.
Oh.
Policy review.
Good catch. I will do
I would
that.
assume that should be number 7.
I would too. All right. Any other? All right. Okay, I will make those changes and then bring them back at the November meeting.
So I guess we go then to inquiries or comments by members.
Oh, we do reports, so my curatorial report.
So we skipped that one to do the policy reviews.
The
Okay.
policy was new business, so number 6, and then the report.
It's in a different
Oh,
order.
is it?
Yeah.
All right, apologies, all my sheets in this order. So I will do my report then. So you guys all had a chance, I hope, to look over the report. Summer Fun, which was our current summer, or not current anymore, it was our summer exhibit. It closed, the last day was yesterday. Or sorry, last day was Saturday. Yesterday I closed the doors and we started exhibition changeover. It's going well so far, but I did just want to update that attendance number. So as of end of day on Saturday, we had roughly 9,165 visitors through. If I compare that to last summer, it's not a direct comparison because our exhibits from last summer, we had the Sir Arthur Currie traveling exhibit from May 9th until July 16th. And we were closed for about a week and a half, and we had our 50th anniversary exhibit from July 27th to October 22nd. So from early May to mid-October, we had just about 9,000 as well. So considering this is a month shorter, and we had no closures even in between, this is probably about 500 to 750 visitors more than last summer, which is really nice to see. I know our golf course was particularly enjoyed by a lot of people too, so, and we're gonna keep them as well. We're not, you know, getting rid of them, so we'll be able to pull them out for events and things like that. I also wanted to highlight the last one in exhibits, the history of Strathroy-Caradoc. This is a permanent display that we will be developing. I don't have too much of a progress report. I will have more in November, but we have partnered with the University of Toronto with their Masters of Museum Studies program. We will be getting a group of students to actually develop this for us. We will hopefully be getting the names of our lovely students this Thursday. They got assigned last week, I believe, and then we'll reach out to their groups. So the program works that we have a project, and I will be their main supervisor and give them guidance, but they will be essentially creating the project for us, and our vision for this is to go in the front lobby with a touch screen that can encompass a huge amount of information on the history of the municipality and the surrounding areas, as well as a small display case besides that we can rotate artifacts out from our exhibit that showcase the story. So we're really excited to have this group. I'm an alum from the program as well, and so I know firsthand how great a project like this can be, and the fact that it's permanent for them is really exciting. So I just wanted to highlight that that's coming, and hopefully in November I'll have more of an update for you guys. Another big update, Janaea, our summer student, she has left us. She went back to school, and so she was really great addition to our team. We were able to tackle so much with her. She really created a lot of the camp programs and ran them, and I know we had a lot of really amazing feedback from our campers and their parents. So just the numbers for those if you're interested. I did put them in the program and events, which is on the second page, and I just want to clarify. So it says we had, for the first camp, for example, we had 44 campers. That was over the whole week. Some days we had as few as 5, and some days we had as many as 17, because we could have single day registrations as well. So that 44 is over the whole week. Same then with the second camp, we had 60 campers, and then our feeder camps, we had 75 campers in the first week and 25 in the second week. I printed out some feedback from some of the parents. I thought I would just read it for you guys because it's really nice. So I'll just start, and I'll leave the names out, but I'll just say this one is one of my favorites. As I mentioned to you one day, our 2 campers were at another camp, which I will also remain nameless, the week before, and to my surprise, my kids did not enjoy themselves, where they usually love learning and involved with hands-on activities. Given a choice, they said they would even have preferred to stay home. Fortunately, we were pleasantly surprised with the quality and quantity of activities they participated in your camp. They learned so much, there was such variety, and the group was small with a friendly counselor. They never complained once about your camp. We are very, very pleased, all 3 of us. Thank you also for sending all of the photos, and we hope to see you next year. So that one was really nice. Also, from the theater camp, I had this feedback, and this was from a returning camper from last year as well. Thank you so much for your lovely photos of the girls. I forwarded to Blank's mother. They also had so much fun at your camp. Blank always tells me about your camp. It's the most fun out of all the camps that she does throughout the summer, and she's excited to attend next year. She finds it difficult to be on stage and talk in front of people, so this has been such a great experience for her. Thanks again. So it's just really nice that we got such great feedback, and honestly, we really didn't get much negative feedback either. I think one camper literally said, my biggest negative feedback was that it's not longer. So I'd say we did really well there for the camp. And Janaea was a huge part of that. She she was really lovely. The campers all really liked her, and just shows, you know, what we can do too with that extra person, just how much we can pack in. She even, just while I'm on events in Janaea, she did create our murder mystery night, which Ala did cater for us as well. That has been so, like, I've gotten so much great feedback. I was even in Canadian Tire today getting some stuff for the exhibit, and the cashier was at the event. She's like, "Oh my goodness, you're from the event!" And it was really nice. We, again, so many people are excited, and I've had people ask, when are we doing another one? So Janaea created that entire script for all 15 characters. Took her several weeks to do, and she was very invested in the end result, let me tell you that. So it's really great to have her. Other than that, I don't know if there was any questions from my report that anybody had.
I mean, I want to know more about Grandma's attic.
Oh, Grandma's attic. Okay, so that's the next exhibit. That one, it's basically, you know, we all have that attic or the garage or storage unit that you tuck away things in, and you say, oh, I'm going to save this for a rainy day, or it's the kids' art project that you just don't want to throw out. And so this is what that's supposed to feel like, but it's really a way for us to we have over 35,000 artifacts in our collections building, and a lot of them haven't been on display in years. So this is going to be a way for us to get those artifacts that haven't been out. And so it's going to be kind of a mix of a lot of things, everything from creepy dolls, you know, everyone loves a good creepy doll, to old furniture, to trophies, to games, to clothing. I have a whole clothing section. We'll even have a tickle trunk that kids can dress up in non-artifact clothing. We thought, which was also fun for Halloween. So it's just that whole experience, and hopefully people walk through the door and they think, I have that in my attic, and they want to pull it out and they want to see that, because our stuff also tells our own story and it tells our own history, and it also shows significant world and sometimes events. People that have served in the military have their uniform jackets probably in storage somewhere, and so this is that showcase of your own history in a way. So I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. That's really great. Yeah, that sounds fun.
So we should open, we'll probably open on October 3rd, which is the Tuesday, but we'll have a opening night on Wednesday, on the 4th. Great. Trying to think of anything else. Oh, upcoming this Saturday, we have a paint workshop. That's with a new artist. His name's Steve. He's very wonderful. He's very invested. He's an Indigenous artist. So we do have a few spots left open for that. It's $20 to participate. And he sent me a couple different designs, so I think it's going to be a way for you to also get creative with your own style as well. But he'll talk a lot about his culture, and he's really just invested in having people have a good experience. It's really nice to see. He's new to the paint workshops. He has done a couple, but it would be nice to support him. So if anybody wants to come out and have a fun paint workshop, there are some spots. And we do have, I will also mention this, the PA days in October and November, so October 6th and November 17th. We've partnered with the art group, and they're going to be coming to do 2 hours of art activities with the children.
Yeah.
So
Here? In the library?
at the museum, yeah, in our programming room there. It's going to be the afternoon from 1 to 4 o'clock.
You posted?
I did. Posted, yeah. I'll probably post a couple times before then, but I can share it with you if you want.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
So are we back to inquiries or comments by members?
I think so. Does that sound right? Yeah.
No?
Do you need a motion though?
Oh.
You want to ask?
Do you need a motion?
Motion to accept the report.
Ah,
I'll move.
The same?
it's been just a little while since I've chaired, you know.
All good. So yeah, any comments then on the scheduling?
Can you tell me something about city tours?
City tours?
And I watched the comments about how in English when people died.
The haunted tours?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's interesting to me.
So the haunted tours, those aren't us. It is a completely separate person that is running it. Her name's Barb. She, so that is completely separate from us. We will be bringing back our own twilight tours of the Strathroy Cemetery, which we did last year. I talked to a couple volunteers today because I'm trying to add a couple more nights because last year we sold out really quickly. So I'll hopefully be opening registration for those soon. We do still have a couple of our downtowns tours. We had our last regular cemetery tour on Saturday where we had 11 people. It's nice. Not this Saturday, the September 30th, we'll have our last downtown Strathroy one, and October 10th, which is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, is the last Mount Bridges tour. Although I say the last, if anybody ever does want to do a tour, they can always contact us at the museum, myself or Crystal, and we can always arrange a private tour that fits with our schedules. But those are the last scheduled ones that we have, and then we'll open up the twilight tours. They're not, and I like to say this, they're not scary. At least I hope they're not. We don't chase anybody around. We don't jump out at people. It is a way for us, a fun way for us to educate from the spookier side of the inhabitants at the cemetery. It's also at twilight, and normally the cemetery is closed to the public at that time. So this is a very special event that people can partake in.
Okay.
If there are no others, then the schedule of
Sorry,
meetings.
Jane.
Sorry, Don.
Hi. Yeah. I just wanted to let you know that Diane McGuire and I, we're going to try to get together next week to talk about the foundation piece.
Okay.
And if anybody else was interested in joining us, to reach out and let me know.
Thanks, Donna.
Keep forgetting about you, Donna. Can't see you.
She's there.
I don't know what happened.
Schedule of meetings.
So the November meeting would be, if we're sticking with the Tuesday schedule, November 21st, 2023 at 6:30. Does that work with everyone?
And
Okay.
It's a Tuesday,
Michelle,
yes?
sorry, what was the opening night for the new exhibit?
October 4th. It's a Wednesday. Oh, I forgot to mention, I guess just if we're scheduling meetings, the collections committee meeting, I did put it in here in my report, October 3rd. So we just pushed it a week just because Crystal is just getting back from holiday and we are still in the middle of changeover. So October 3rd would be the next collections meeting, but we'll send out another email to anybody that wants to join us for that.
And one last item of business. Looking for motion to adjourn.
The most important one.
All in favor?
Second, Alla?
Pardon?
You want a second?
Sorry.
Meeting is adjourned.